We hold these awards annually, and it's a celebration of the work that our reps do in schools on behalf of members and also our local officers, and it's the union's way and our members' way of saying thank you.
We have very active members who always supportive and helping, and we usually stick together. The rep was suspended and the union went out on strike. Through negotiations with NEU and the members' support that he got reinstated. It was a massive victory for the unions and for our members.
I think as a union we stand or fall in terms of our strength by the basis of the number of active reps we have, because they are the direct link to every single one of our members.
I wear my badge with pride in a way, because it says that I'm prepared to stand up for what I believe is right, and I know my rights, and I think it gives you a bit of a shield in a way.
Communication becomes so much better within the school. Everybody knows what's going on and it just helps and makes us stronger.
We're in quite a precarious position in education at the moment, and I think we've got a lot of pressures from the outside, and I think what I really enjoy is standing next to my colleagues and standing up for them, but standing with them as well in solidarity.
We went from a low membership when I started to become rep there a couple of years ago to just over 60 people. The majority of the staff then were NUT members, and of course that carries a lot more gravitas, if you like, that that people have to be listened to then.
A couple of NUT members had been denied their pay progression, and we fought their cases individually, we lodged appeals, but we also made it a collective action against the appraisal regime. So we've secured lots of changes and the pay progression for the members.
We won union recognition at STEM 6, which was a sixth form free school, which was strongly anti-union. They came out on strike on a number of occasions. They withstood attempts to bully and intimidate them out of striking. And we won union recognition, and then we won national pay and conditions.
I was made supply rep about 7 years ago now. They are being exploited by the agencies, and that's where I would kind of like step in and make sure they're all right, and make sure they know their rights as well.
The workload is the biggest thing in our division, and I'm very pleased to be able to go in and perhaps sometimes just lessen that workload or lessen the trauma, of the member.
One of the best bits has been getting a capability policy that recognises that you don't move straight into capability, that a significant amount of support that must be given to that teacher.
We've been working with Kirklees Council and Pennine Learning to have a day's conference here. We ran it here at the school hosted it, for young people and educationalists who are working with young people to help them understand the challenges that LGBT students face.
We run a project called Everybody's Reading, which is an annual festival every October. And we put on over 100 reading events around the city. We invite authors to come. Overall, nationally, engagement with reading amongst young people, particularly at secondary school, has gone down. It hasn't in Leicester.
We must have gained at least 10 more members from the amount of members that we had, mainly during the academy process, because they saw us as a group that were leading the fight against academy status. We're trying to protect education for the students we've got in this school, that it doesn't go to a private company, that we aren't going to be like lots of schools are, selling off our land and selling off buildings so that we can gain a profit out of that.
Our biggest success that we're most proud of is Thomas Buxton Primary School now offers a full day's PPA every week to every teacher.
There are always things you can do to look after your teachers and keep the best people in the job, and that's really important.
The campaign's called Keeping Schools Creative, and it was looking at the narrowing of the curriculum and the subsequent impact on children's mental health and well-being.
If you make certain subjects more important than others, so you say that maths is more important than art, then you lose that opportunity to develop the whole person.
Getting to work with parents, getting to work with psychologists and charities and people from the community who might have had inklings, might have had concerns, but more often than not were genuinely surprised and worried when we started talking about some of the issues facing education.
In terms of funding, it's about making sure that people are aware, parents, students, aware that this is what's happening to education, and trying to rally people.
Getting regular comments into the paper, getting regular coverage is important.
We have a local TV station. They happen to be based in Preston, where we have the division office. They know we have a room where they can come along with their camera and record interviews.
I got to go to Cuba and Palestine, the two delegations that were run by the union. In Cuba we brought some braille machines to a school for children with special needs, so there's that element of giving literal support, fact finding, also to explore making links, and again pedagogical links or classroom idea links. It does put your working day into a quite harsh perspective. Getting up at 6 in the morning is obviously nothing compared to going through a military checkpoint, for example.
And the winners of the Regional Wales Award are then go forward for the National Award for Officer of the Year and for Rep of the Year, and then the committee of the executive then looks at those awards and makes a judgment, which is always a tough decision to make, but makes a judgment on who we believe should be awarded the Rep of the Year and the Officer of the Year award.